drop one of the summer. I was just pretty much doing a drop list, which is pretty much just a standard list that details everything that we're going to be dropping and just some small details regarding each garment. It's kind of a little hard to see. Let me see if I can bring it up to the camera. I don't know if it's going to focus. Pretty much I'm going to finish this up and then we're going to do our photo shoot. And then once we do the photo shoot, we're pretty much good to go from there. And I'll probably come back and maybe do some more editing, or maybe that photo shoot might be the end of the video. We'll see. A little hard to see, but as you can, kind of get the idea of it. Yo, what's going on, guys? As you can see, I am super bundled up right now because I picked the absolute best days to go into the city. We're about to, I feel like I say this a lot, but you guys already know, going into the city to pick up some fabric because we're going to make some shorts. Instead of those sweats, I just feel like they'll be better since it's getting warmer out. So that's the mission right now. Hopefully I could be in and out, and wish me luck. I'll show you guys this rain because it's pretty crazy. If you're back into like the top of your back is and then perfect. And then I'm gonna bring this
You know that big bargain detergent that is 80% water, right? 80% water.
Alright guys, so kind of just doing a shoot really quick. Got Tariq as a model and we're just shooting a few of the pieces we've been making over the last few weeks. Right now he's changing into the sweatshirt and we're gonna do that with the pants too. We got like 2 more looks after that, and one cool thing is this is actually from his brand, Homa Studios, where he just sells kind of like vases and kind of just like, yeah, just a whole bunch of like different cool shit. So this is one of the vases or vases. Not too sure exactly the name of it, but go check them out. Alright guys, so I'm done, both physically and actually done with the shoot. Physically, I mean, I am tired as fuck. I've literally been up the last 2 weeks, like just nonstop after work. Like I get off at 5, go home at 6, up to like 11, up at 5. Then the last 2 days, I have, I think I've gotten like 3 hours of sleep. And with Altariq, the model, I didn't finish. The shoot was supposed to be at 1:30. I've stayed up all night. I didn't finish all the garments until literally 1:35. So that's why we ran so late. So now it's just to edit the pictures, which I'm really happy about how everything came out. Again, shout out to him for pulling through, well, pulling up. Shout out to him for pulling up. Now it's just to edit these pictures, get them on the site, which is a whole nother process, but at least I get to lay down while doing it. That's like all I really want. So now I'm just gonna clean up this whole area. And yeah, you guys will kind of probably see me like editing or doing something like that, and then we'll launch this drop. So first one in the summer, looking forward to it. And yeah. What's going on, guys? So it's the following day after our photo shoot. I'm really happy with how everything came out. Right now, I'm just gonna get up some product photos. I had got some done prior to our shoot, but now I just have to do the back of the Caden crew neck and the Caden short, which would be relatively quick. So I'm just gonna set that up. You guys will kind of see. Maybe I'll like time lapse it or something. I'm gonna set that up, get these pictures done, and hopefully I can just do it pretty quick. And then yeah, that'll probably be the last part of this video. So I'm gonna get into that. First, I need water because it's hot as fuck. Alright, I had to take this hat off because it's dumb hot. But alright, I kind of got my setup for the product shots up. I just got to really turn on the lights and then start taking the pictures. I know my setup low-key looks mad crazy. Like I'm literally using a lamp that I have. But I got to do what I got to do. We just got to make this shit work. I don't know if it's going to have enough light. So honestly, I may have to literally lay the lamp down on the pillow just so it hits the garment right, just because the area. I definitely gotta invest in some like brighter lights, so I don't have to do that. But it is what it is. But yeah. So after I do that, we're gonna get into the shots, and then we should be good. Alright guys, so we're at the end of this video. If you made it this far, I really appreciate it. I feel like this was a fun vlog because you guys got to see like a lot of different, moving parts of the clothing brand, from doing some editing, doing a photo shoot, taking product photos and all that kind of stuff, like a lot of different moving parts. And I feel like it's always fun to do that. I'm going to try and incorporate that more going forward. Not every day is like that, at least not yet. So some days are going to be a little bit more kind of slower paced videos, but hopefully I can just continue just to show all areas of the brand. So again, I appreciate you guys. So right now we're at the end of the video, and as you know, I have the quote at the beginning, and I kind of just want to take this time. First of all, it's hot as hell. Alright. I had to close my windows because it was low-key getting mad hot. But alright, so now we're going to get into the quote that was at the beginning of the video. I really look forward to these parts just because I can kind of share my thoughts on something that's been sticking with me, whether it's just a day, a week, or weeks at a time, or even months. Something. These quotes they have a lot of significance in my life and things that I may just feel, at the moment, and just trying to assess them. So it's cool that I kind of get to voice how I feel towards what I think is important, and then also hear feedback from you guys and other creators who may kind of be in a similar kind of state of mind, or just like experiencing some of the same things. So I look forward to your feedback as well. So today we're gonna get into chase progress, not perfection. So that's something that's really stood out to me over the last few days. Honestly, I kind of had this, I don't know, epiphany moment the other day, or I want to say last week, when I was sewing a garment. And a little background on me without going too crazy. I'm super OCD. I like things a very specific way. If anybody knows me, I'm just very particular. I guess that's OCD. But yeah, when it comes to like how my bed's made, how my closet's organized, shoot, even when it comes to the blinds, I like them spaced a certain way. I don't know why. I feel like when things just aren't a particular way, it kind of just throws me out of whack. And that kind of seemingly falls over to my clothes. Kind of getting everything to what I feel like is perfect, or just really to my liking. So I had to take a step back because I kind of got a little bit down, because the garment that I was sewing, I'm still getting better when it just comes to my sewing skills, but I felt like the craftsmanship can just be taken to another level, and I'm still just continuously working at that. So I had this moment where I'm sewing these shorts, which I'll show, and I'm like, damn, this just could be like better. And it's good to give like a constructive criticism towards yourself and being honest, but it kind of messed up what I had planned, what I was trying to do for the rest of the day. It kind of took me out of that good and creative space. So I kind of just had a moment, and I saw this quote that just said, progress over perfection. And I feel like a lot of times when we have this idea of perfection, it can cripple us to take those small steps every day and take us out of our heads to realize, what we're doing it's amazing for the moment we're at. Wherever we're at is where we're supposed to be at, and if you're putting the time, effort, and love into your creative pursuit, then those things are going to show over time. So with the crippling part, you have this specific image, and as creators, we can all relate to this, or people that have a business. When you're making a product, when you're designing something, or you're curating, some shit, you have this vision exactly in your head, and it needs to look like this, right? And you get so hell-bent on making sure that this garment comes, or whatever, this creative venture comes out exactly how you intend it to be. And honestly, when you think about life doesn't go exactly as planned. Now, I'm not saying that the thing that you have in your head, it shouldn't turn out how you want it, because yeah, you still want it to turn out good, you still want to be super proud of it. But what I'm saying is, kind of take a step back and allow yourself to be in the moment, and just enjoy the small steps, the small hiccups, the mistakes, the learning curves, when it comes from just progressing every day. If you have this idea of perfection, you kind of take yourself out of the moment from what you're doing, because you're kind of just anxious. You're living in that, it needs to come out like this, it needs to come out like this. And then when the product doesn't, it kind of deters you a little bit. So instead of having your expectation so high on perfection, just have it on, hey, I'm doing this with love, I'm doing this with care, time, and how it comes out, however it does, I'm going to take this from a learning experience. If you need to improve, and you improve on it. And that's a cool thing, just improving on it. As a creator, one of the most beautiful things is when you start, from square one, and you get to see yourself progress over months, over weeks, over years, and you get to see the different points where you were at in your life, and you just get to see where you were at creatively. And it's cool seeing yourself advance. So I think just kind of taking that approach and not getting bummed out, and just saying like, hey, what can I do better, next time? And just not having this image, again, I want to stress, you do want to be happy with how your stuff turned out. I'm not saying lower that expectation or don't have any expectation. Yes, you definitely should want your thing to, you still want to be happy and proud of what you're making, but just don't be so hard on yourself. I've been there. That's something I'm still learning to deal with, and learning how to kind of just take it and honestly just smile at it, and just happy that I even had or that you guys even have the balls to to create something or to build something. So secondly, when it comes to business, progress over perfection. I cannot stress that enough. As somebody that, like I said, I tend to be like, have that characteristic of perfectionism. It can kind of mess you up business wise, because if you're, let's just say, in the beginning of, building your business or building your brand, you're wearing so many different hats. So let's just say, in my instance, pattern maker, sewer, video editor, Instagram content, website stuff, selling your garments, marketing. Like, if you don't really have the luxury to kind of seek out other people and kind of like pay them, you're wearing so many different hats. So what I will say is, being that you're doing so many different roles, it's okay not to be great at all of those roles. So it's okay not to be great at 10 of these different roles. That's kind of a almost impossible job to do. All you can do is do your best and try and manage everything, as efficiently as you can. And I will say that the things that, let's just say, that you're doing, they cost some money. Like, for instance, if I'm sewing a garment, I'm not an expert sewer, I'm not an expert pattern maker by any means. There are people that are way more advanced and knowledgeable than me. So a thing that I had to realize is, instead of, having that creative pride where it's like, I need to do everything, I need to make everything, it's like, okay, let me try and do as much as I can where I am saving money. But then when it gets to a point where, okay, I can't really take it, and it's being honest with yourself, I can't really take it further than this point, let me outsource for help. Now, outsourcing for help, sure, you can look at that as, a luxury if you have the extra, means to do that. But there's so many different resources and ways, and I kind of had to get out of my head and say, okay, instead of going to a manufacturer, let me find a freelancer who has a good portfolio, somebody maybe I can trust, or I like their work, and we can kind of negotiate a price that works best for us. And in the end, I'm telling you, just from experience, you end up saving so much more money, because if you're constantly trying to do something that, let's just say, does cost money, and you're trying to do it yourself, you end up spending way more money in the end, versus if you do what you can and then you outsource. You may look at it like, this is a lot of money up front, but in the end, you probably save more money than if you consistently try to do it. You can delegate that task when it makes sense to somebody. Do that. Don't be so stubborn to kind of look past that. So yeah, I feel like every time I say I'm not gonna ramble, I end up talking a little bit longer than I need to. But you know what? It's cool. I really look forward to these videos. It's something that means a lot to me, and hopefully we can keep doing this. Again, I appreciate you guys, and be sure to like, comment, subscribe, share. That really helps the channel a lot, and we'll be back. Till next time.